Hello, my name is Chris, and I'll be your talking guide in video uploading and rules of thumb. In this video, I will explain some of the basic knowledge and some rules of thumb you can stick to for proper video formats and uploading. We're going to start with resolutions, then basic video formats, and end it with optimal video length versus typical attention spans. Resolutions. Resolution, simply put, is just how many lines are stacked on top of each other in the viewing area. For example, 720 means 720 lines stacked, or 720 pixels high, and are all refreshing at whatever refresh rate the monitor has. Refresh rate is simply how often the monitor changes the image on the screen. The classic and universal resolution ratio is 4:3. However, many use a 16:9 format by today's standards. This means if we're using 720p, 720 stacked lines, or 720 pixels, that would mean that the width in a 16:9 ratio is about 1280 pixels wide, which is your start of what is considered high definition or HD. Now, aspect ratios aren't all 4:3 or 16:9. However, most are, and it still remains to be the standard. So by rule of thumb, these are the aspects recommended given the choice. With the basics of resolution under our belts, let's discuss optimizing the resolution for the purpose of the viewer. Before I get started with this, a side note to remember is that most sites that you will upload videos to nowadays are responsive, which means it will adjust the video quality to the optimal settings for the viewer. For example, if they're on a phone only using their data, it will probably view around 320p, whereas if it's a wired internet connection on a 4K screen, it will give the highest resolution available. Purpose of the media. Now, the resolution uploaded should really be mindful of what the typical viewer will be watching it on. Here are my rules of thumb. 480p. That's the lowest recommended upload. This is strictly for mobile viewing only. 720p. When quality isn't a necessity, however, you still want a decent resolution and will be potentially viewed on a computer monitor. 1080p. Quality is a bonus. More than likely, it will be viewed on a monitor, possibly a television or larger viewing device, 25 plus inches. 4K. Quality is a must, or really benefits the viewer, and typically will be watched on monitors or larger viewing devices with a strong internet connection. This allows for clear comparisons and crisp details and gives truly amazing quality. Remember that with responsive sites, even if uploaded at 4K, if it's not optimal for the viewer, they may still see it at 1080, 720, 480, or even 320p. Format. With resolutions behind us, let's quickly discuss formatting. There are a lot of formats out there for videos, but there's only one that I will stick to in this segment: MP4 or MPEG-4. This is a great universal format that is optimized for streaming and web content while keeping good quality. If at all possible, try and keep videos being uploaded as MP4s. There are plenty of sites out there to reformat videos to MP4s like Handbrake or Adobe's Media Encoder. And when you're in doubt, contact ATG or find yourself a good YouTube video. Length of video. Let's discuss another important aspect of uploading videos: the length. Now, based on statisticbrain.com, information used in Time Magazine, The Telegraph, The Guardian, USA Today, The New York Times, and many others, the average attention span for a viewer for a single video is only about 2.7 minutes, or 2 minutes and 42 seconds. One variable to keep in mind is task-related attention spans. There are some deviations with this research, as interest in the subject will vary the attention span. Though there are some times when you can't avoid boring, lengthy media to get the information across. You can, however, do something simple like breaking the video into segments. This gives the viewer the satisfaction of hitting a checkpoint and the peace of mind after completion to take a short break before coming back and keeping retention of the material as high as possible. It's always a good rule of thumb when plausible to keep videos shorter and as interesting as possible. Are you still with me? If you are, then what are the important points to take away from this video? Number 1. Keep the viewer in mind when picking a resolution. Number 2. When in doubt, use higher resolution as it can be scaled down. Number 3. MP4 is a good universal format. Number 4. Keep videos short and interesting when possible. Number 5. Segment off longer videos for higher retention. Thank you for your time. Again, I'm Chris here at ATG, and I hope to be your guide again soon.